This is WCBI Midday.
Good afternoon, everyone. A motorcycle crash in Columbus claims the life of a Louisiana man. Columbus police say the crash happened on Highway 82 at the Military Road overpass about 8 o'clock Thursday night. Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant says 20-year-old Zachary Jude Lascata died at the scene. Lascata apparently lost control of the Suzuki motorcycle he was riding and hit a guardrail. The Vinton, Louisiana man moved to Lowndes County this week to start a job at the Aluminum Dynamics construction site as a crane operator. CPD continues to investigate that crash. A second Columbus shooting suspect is in jail after turning himself in overnight. 18-year-old Dondarian Fisher had been on the run following the Thursday afternoon shooting. Now he's in the Lowndes County Jail, charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of shooting into a vehicle. Bond has not been set. Nishan Beckwith was arrested by Lowndes County deputies after a pursuit. Lowndes County Sheriff Eddie Hawkins says a deputy spotted a vehicle matching a description given of one used in the shooting. The chase ended near Crow Road in the New Hope area, where the driver, Beckwith, pulled into a driveway. Investigators say the shooting happened around 2:45 Thursday afternoon on Summer Haven Drive. No one was injured in the vehicle that was shot at, but it was damaged. That shooting remains under investigation. We are expected to learn more today about the arrest made in a 35-year-old cold case homicide in Calhoun County. 55-year-old Glenda Armstrong of Bruce is charged with murder. She's accused of killing James Hippie Webster in February 1989. He died at a night spot known as Baldy's, which no longer exists. Sheriff Greg Pollin says investigators received information about 10 months ago that led to a breakthrough in the case. Armstrong is in the Calhoun County Jail. Pollin is talking with our Grace Brister today about the case. We'll have more tonight on WCBI News at 5 and 6. More information could be released today in the investigation that left a South Mississippi police officer dead. The shooting happened in Summit yesterday. Investigators say Troy Ford was manning a checkpoint when a car approached. The passenger in that vehicle then started shooting at officers. Floyd, a veteran officer, died at the scene. 2 Macomb police officers soon arrived and saw the gunman. They shot at each other. The suspect was killed and the 2 officers were injured. They are expected to be okay. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is handling that case. A man accused of breaking into storage buildings leaves an apology note, but still goes to jail. 29-year-old Zachary Cox is charged with 3 counts of commercial burglary. Lowndes County Sheriff Eddie Hawkins says the burglaries happened on Performance Drive. The victims told investigators there was a note left in the buildings where their items were taken. There was also a number left on the notes for the victims to text, and Cox said he would repay them. More charges are possible in that ongoing investigation. A Jackson area attorney is accused of bringing contraband into the Hinds County Jail. The Sheriff's Department says Daniel Dale is charged with 2 counts of conspiracy and 3 counts of introduction of contraband into a correctional facility. Dale is accused of posing as a legal counsel for some Hinds County inmates. Investigators allege he smuggled cell phones and other contraband during visitations in an attempt to give them to inmates. More charges are possible in the ongoing investigation.
Well, a cold front passed us last night, really early this morning. It's actually going to help make our weekend weather pretty pleasant. It's bringing in some of those northerly winds, and that's going to allow for some drier, less humid air for our Saturday and Sunday. Also having a couple wind gusts out there. Again, that's northerly wind bringing in some of those 21-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Tupelo. So we're going to be watching those. Get ready for some of that less humid, dry weekend ahead. Joey.
We're getting a new look at the attempted assassination of former President Trump. through newly obtained police body camera footage showing one officer's close encounter with a gunman. It also reveals the apparent frustration and confusion of law enforcement after the would-be assassin was killed. Nicole Senga has more.
Less than a minute before Thomas Matthew Crooks fired at former President Donald Trump at a Pennsylvania campaign rally, body cam footage from Butler Township Police shows the moment an officer was hoisted onto the roof of the building where Crooks was positioned, then slid back down after spotting the gunman off camera and retreated to his patrol car. Roughly a minute after shots rang out and a Secret Service sniper neutralized the gunman, that same officer described his encounter.
Getting this close, bro, dude, he turned around on me. Climbed the wall, and I popped my head right in front of him, bro. He's got a book bag, he's got AR laying down.
Later, another officer sounded off in disbelief after Secret Service agents had allegedly ignored his advice to cover the area.
For the Secret Service, toast guy over here. I told him that at the meeting on Tuesday.
Multiple responding officers echoed that apparent shock that law enforcement was not stationed on the warehouse roof.
No, we're inside.
Including officers who surrounded Crooks's dead body. In a press conference last week, acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe called the security response a mission failure.
We should have had better coverage on that roof line. We should have had at least some other set of eyes from the Secret Service point of view covering that.
The Secret Service told CBS News it's now reviewing that body cam footage, also under review, according to acting director Rowe. Why the Secret Service and local law enforcement didn't have a uniform radio communication channel. Nicole Senga, CBS News, Washington.
Your eyes are not deceiving you. Ghosts and goblins are already on store shelves. We tell you when it all started and why, coming up after the break.
Telling your story. You're watching WCBI Midday.
Welcome back, everybody. Hundreds of water rescues happen on U.S. beaches every summer. In North Carolina, new technology in the sky is assisting some of those rescues. Manuel Borges shows us how drones are helping keep swimmers safe.
This summer, 2 young paddleboarders ended up 2,000 feet from the shore of Oak Island, North Carolina. But rescuers had eyes on them the whole time thanks to a drone. And brought them to safety. Sean Berry is a firefighter turned drone pilot.
So this drone is capable of flying in all types of weather and environments.
It's equipped with a camera that can switch to infrared to spot people in distress. Responders can talk through a speaker, and it can also carry life-preserving equipment.
This is triggered by a CO2 cartridge and has a triggering device that's activated by the intrusion of water. And as soon as it's activated, it inflates.
Here's a real-life example of a swimmer in distress. You can see the moment one cartridge was released, and then another, giving him 2 floating tubes until help arrived. Every year, there are about 100 deaths due to rip currents along U.S. beaches. It's estimated more than 80% of beach rescues involve rip currents. Lee Price is Oak Island's fire chief. You think people underestimate the force of a rip current?
They do. People are, I'm a good swimmer, I'm going to go out there, and then they get in trouble.
Chief Price says it also prevents putting rescuers in harm's way when they can determine that someone isn't in distress. Why aren't more jurisdictions, you think, adopting something like this right away?
Cost, I don't know is necessarily a factor because the cost isn't tremendous. But having somebody trained and able to operate and perform that capability, it's like anything. As technology advances, it takes a little bit for everybody to catch up and get used to it.
Drop.
In this demonstration, Sean Berry showed us how it can bring a safety rope to a swimmer. The speed and accuracy that this gives you.
Rapid deployment, speed, accuracy, and safety overall.
It's an eye in the sky and a potential lifesaver in the water. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Oak Island, North Carolina.
Well, you may still have beach plans this summer, but don't get scared if you're seeing skeletons, witches, and ghosts in early August. Many big box retailers are getting into the spooky season earlier than ever before. Michael started selling Halloween merchandise in June. The store says the launch of its seasonal collections are driven by consumer demand. So far, sales of Halloween goods have beat their internal expectations. Meanwhile, Home Depot started selling its Halloween decorations online, and get this, April, also fueled by high demand. But stores won't start stocking shelves until around Labor Day. I bought some candy corn the other day, Bill.
Well, listen, I want some candy corn, and our temperatures, they aren't too bad out there. It's not going to feel like October, but lower 90s. I can get with that. I'll have your forecast on the other side of the break.
Your WCBI First Alert Forecast with Belle Oliver.
Well, hey there, happy Friday. We have finally made it to the weekend. Here's a live look at Mississippi State's campus this morning. Pretty blue sky out there, a couple white puffy clouds, but everyone's staying dry over there in Starkville. Only about 84 degrees out there, lots of sunshine for our Friday, and I'm not complaining. It also feels pretty good out there. And here is a live look at what we're dealing with across the entire United States. You'll notice this long cold front. Well, that's really important. It's attached to what once was Hurricane and Tropical Storm Debbie. Now, she has kind of made her way impacting areas in the Northeast. For us, though, this cold front passed us last night, and now we're getting into some of that drier, less humid air that I mentioned before. What's going to happen is that winds behind a cold front come from the north, and northerly winds bring in that dry, less humid air for us, and that's really going to help make our weekend pretty pleasant out there. You'll notice on our comfort index that we're staying in that comfortable range for both Saturday and Sunday. Then we start that roller coaster ride up as we head into next week, and we'll have more moisture start to return. But that cold front also is diminishing our rain chances for our Friday into the weekend and starting next week. But then we see more of those isolated rain chances start to return by next week as well, as we start to get more of that moisture back into the atmosphere. Now, temperatures out the door, not too bad for this time of day. We've definitely been a lot hotter in July. 86 in Columbus and West Point, 82 in Oxford, 85 in Coffeyville over there, and 82 in Hamilton and Iuka. So not too terribly bad. I did mention this before, behind that cold front, we do have those northerly winds. So our winds could be a bit gusty at times. And here they are, 21 mile per hour wind gusts in Tupelo, 18 in Oxford, only 13 in Louisville, and then 16 in Aberdeen. So a little bit windy out there. It could be a little bit gusty. Not everyone is going to get some of those gusts though. Now today we are going to warm up a tad bit more into those lower 90s, 92 in Columbus, 93 in Fayette, 90 in Corinth and New Albany, 87 in Oxford. So the 80s, that's not too bad for this time in August. Now tonight we could squeeze out a couple of those upper 60s. Most of us are going to be in those lower 70s. Columbus 70, Tupelo 66, West Point 68, Starkville 69 again. Mostly clear for us tonight and even heading into the weekend. This weekend's going to be very, very nice. We're talking less humidity. You're definitely going to feel it walking out the door and be like, oh my gosh, it's not as sticky and muggy. Sunday will introduce a couple more of those clouds, but those high temperatures sticking in those lower 90s for the weekend. Then we start to enter in some moisture and also those hot temperatures next week.
Alrighty, it's Friday, and that means Pets Without Partners and the Columbus Lowndes Humane Society joining us. Brandy brought Frost.
Frost.
And who doesn't want a little Frost in summer, right?
Right, exactly.
And if you were waiting on this dog, you were late, because he is high energy, but he's a lot of fun.
He really is. We're thinking maybe a year by his teeth. Very high energy, gets along with other dogs. I wouldn't recommend small animals like chickens or cats or hamsters or anything like that. I think he would do well with kids. Just because he's young enough to get acclimated. He would be an okay apartment dog because he's so small, but I would recommend lots of walking.
Lots of walking.
For sure. Yeah, he came in as a stray in July, totally groomed, and nobody claimed him. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's been with us for a while now, but he's really good.
Yeah. So tell us about some things you have going on at the Humane Society.
We have the 3rd annual Chuck Trinary Golf Tournament coming up at Elm Lake, September 23rd. So we're going to need some sponsors for that. We need players. I think green fees for that will be $75 a person, which are pretty good. We'll have silent auction, we'll have food, open bar, so come on out.
A whole lot of fun to be had.
Come on out and have some drinks, play some golf, and save some dogs. And of course, our Dogs on Duty program, where I go into classrooms and nursing homes. I was actually at Caledonia for 3rd grade this morning.
Oh.
Had a wonderful time. So they had really great questions. So I can come for that. Still in need of cleaning supplies, just everyday things.
Still got a full house, huh?
Still have a full house. I think Miss Trudy, our manager, said the other day she took in 6 more puppies.
Oh, goodness. Well, that will certainly do it. And those cleaning supplies, paper towels,
laundry detergent,
bleach,
bleach, Windex, Mr. Clean, Fabuloso, we just go through so much. We'll go through a gallon of laundry detergent just in the cat room almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we're constantly cleaning.
That.
Yeah, because they sleep on blankets and towels and their beds, and the same for dogs. So we have those washers and dryers going all the time.
And you also have an opportunity to go and volunteer at the Columbus Lowndes Humane Society.
Yes.
Dogs like Frost, they want to get out. They want to walk. They don't want to stay back in the kennel.
Yeah, they need lots of activities. We do have trails. It is hot, so you can always just come in and give them a bath or hang out in the lobby with them.
Yeah.
Definitely play with the dogs, the cats. If you're a cat person, we have something called kitten cuddlers. And just come and socialize them and spend some time with them.
Always very helpful and a lot of fun. Plenty of animals need adopting, so if you can provide a good home, always go by and see the folks at Columbus Lowndes Humane Society. Frost, good luck to you, bud.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be right back.